One of the things that I realized when I was thinking about today's topic, Get Real, is that we really don't focus on the real world. A lot of our times we think about getting real, and what is reality is being that which we see. But if you think about it, we live in a world of symbols. Money is a symbol for the wealth of our country. It just is some pretty paper that we think makes all the difference in the world, but it's a symbol. It doesn't even represent gold necessarily. Other countries value it, and some of theirs is based on their conception of what their wealth is, but it's a symbol for good. It's a symbol for abundance. It's not really a thing. It's an idea. There are some places, particularly on the East Coast, where counties and cities have their own currency. I know Breckenridge, Maine has their own dollars that are only good in their city, but let's say 10 of their dollars represents 9 of the US dollars. So in their economy, it's good to have that local currency. It actually goes further, and it really has made a difference locally, but it's an idea of the wealth of the community. And that idea is spreading to the point that there are several different communities in the same area that accept each other's currency. But again, it's not based on, well, we have this much in our treasury. It's the idea of abundance in their community. When we talk about the sun setting, we know the sun doesn't set. The earth revolves. It doesn't rise. We simply turn toward it or away from it. But we still talk that way because that's what it looks like to our human eyes. It looks like a flat planet and the sun is going up and down. We talk in symbols. When we use our bird of peace, universally, the dove of peace, that's known, that's what that means. But it's a symbol, it's an idea. Even our words are simply ideas. So what is real? Is this real? On a material level, yes, this is a thing. It is, on a material level, a real thing, but it is an idea. Whether you stand at a podium on the street corner, in your bathroom, you're still in church. You're still in the presence of God. This church is an idea. We are a community that has come together to represent one idea, the idea of unity in Shreveport. But it's an idea. Wherever you go, you're in the presence of God, because God is everywhere present, everywhere powerful. Now, I want you to come to church. I like to see you here. But all of what you do, everywhere you go, is a holy place. And all of God is right there with you, no matter what you're doing. We talked in Sunday school about the concept of baptism and communion and how we say grace before meals. Saying grace before meals is like a mini communion. You are saying, bless this food for the good. Well, isn't that communing with God? So every time you eat, every time you take something into your body, it's a holy act. You are recreating yourself. You are nourishing this body so that you can be effective in your life. And isn't that a holy act? Because you're living the presence of God by being who and what you are that no one else can do. No one else can do it the way you do. So when you do things for yourself, wash the dirt from your body. That's cleansing. Make that a symbol in your mind of cleansing your mind of bad feelings or thoughts, feelings about what has happened in the past, so that when you come out refreshed in body, you are also refreshed in spirit. When you take a step from inside to outside your door, you are coming out of your personal environment into the world. Let that be a symbol of releasing your good for the planet. Because you are a holy being and your life is a holy act. So when you can let your personal feelings of this is just me go and realize that, no, you are not just you. You are a unique expression of God as you. And as you come out into the world, let that be a holy act. And you bless the planet with all the good that you are. You are a symbol of God. There's a song talking about you are the face of God, and this is true. What can God do except what God can do through us? You all know the joke about the guy who was in a flood, and they came by to tell him to evacuate, and he said, no, God's taking care of me. And water got higher, and the boat came and said, come on, get in the boat. Water's rising up. God's taking care of me. Got so high he had to get on his roof. It's a helicopter. Come on, this is your last chance. Come on, God's got me. Well, he drowned, right? Got to heaven. We don't believe this, but it's the joke. He said, well, God, what's the deal? I believed in you. I trusted in you. And God said, I sent a man, I sent a boat, I sent a helicopter. God can only do in this world what it does through us. We each are expressions of God. So we don't deny the reality of things that are going around, but realize that everything is an expression of God. Everything and everyone is holy. God is everywhere present, all powerful, all knowing. So if you have a need, that's why we do affirmative prayer. We don't beg God, please God, do this for me. God knows what you need better than we do. Sometimes we think we need that car over there. You may need transportation, but that may not be the car you need. You might need that truck. You may think that you need that job, but there might be a much better job that's coming to you. So when you don't get that job, if we focus on that's what I needed, we don't even see this good that's over here waiting for us. We let our feelings of disappointment or focus on that one thing blind us to all the good that is in our life and available to us. That's just a symbol. Each of these things are a symbol. Remember, God has already given the gift, which is itself. When we talk about substance, that's what we're talking about. All of God is present right here, right now, and available to you. So all the substance that you need, whether that comes forth as money, friends, job, however you want to categorize it, it is here now. It has already been given. It is for us to open and focus upon that. Sometimes you hear about things and just a little aside comment that tells you, oh, let me look in that direction. And you find a whole wealth of things that you didn't even realize you needed or wanted. But that's there for you because you had attention on it. We know that now is the only thing that we really have. The things we've gone through in the past, those are, I think, experiences that we interpret through who we are at that time. The things that I think about in my childhood, I interpret and remember as what I knew as a child. When I look at them now, I see them in a whole different way. And the same thing about the future. When I'm looking at the future, I'm looking at it through the eyes I have now. But 10 years from now, I'll be a different person. So even if what I am envisioning happens, that's not this me anymore. That's a different me. I mean, I really don't, that thing about you're not the man I married, I hope not. Because you better grow and change, because if you don't, you're going backwards, right? You've been with somebody for 30 years and they're the same person, something wrong with that picture. You want to grow and change and be open to new stuff every day. And we never know what's going to happen in the day. We plan our little daily activities every minute and all that. I'm going to be here, I'm going to be there. And we know it doesn't always come out that way. And a lot of times we realize that that's a good thing that it didn't come out the way we planned. Sometimes we may say, well, I should have done this, I should have done that. Should is just an idea in our minds. What we should do is be open to God expressing in and as of in everything we do. If you've done that, I don't care what happened in your life, that was a good day. Because God is all-knowing, all-loving, peace, light, understanding, joy. And if you're expressing that, that's what you're on the planet to do. Now we have all these symbols, and they're like a shorthand. I don't have to explain the concept of the flying orb, because you can see that as a symbol and know, okay, the world, peace everywhere, it's going all around. You got that just from looking at that. When I look at a clock, that's a symbol of time. Time is not in a clock. We know that those numbers are measurements, that when that hand goes around, we've measured a certain amount of agreed upon time. But that's a symbol of what we have done as a consensus. And that's the same thing with money, cars, status, all of that good stuff. Now, symbols are good. They save us a lot of time. Words are symbols. The point is to remember that that's all they are. When someone says something and I say, my feelings are hurt, first of all, my feelings are hurt. They didn't hurt my feelings. I'm the only one who can let my feelings be hurt. They can say gobbledygook or whatever. Doesn't matter. It's my interpretation that makes it real for me. So if I don't choose to let their words and attitudes hurt me, then I'm fine. Because that's just a symbol of something that they've got in their spirit. I don't have to take it inside. I don't have to make it real. It's real when I accept it as real. It doesn't matter what they have on their face, what they do even. Now, when someone puts their hands on you, it gets a little more personal, and our bodies respond. But if someone pushes me, I can say, our minds make stories. I can make a whole story about they don't like me, and they did it because of this, and that's because of that, and on and on and on. But the point is, they pushed me. They might have stumbled. They might not even know they pushed me. And regardless of their intention, I don't have to take it in and give it energy. Because remember, that's what we are. That's what our thoughts and feelings are, our energy. And when someone else has a negative energy or an unpleasant energy, I move away from it. I don't have to take it in. Now, when I see that happen in someone else's life, I can give my energy in a positive way. Let's say that two children are fighting. I can take my positive energy, starting in a love state, and separate them, helping them to focus their energy differently. But it matters what my state is. If I get into the conflict energy, I'm going to be yelling and putting more negative on what they're doing. I can't walk into that conflict with that same energy and neutralize it. I simply add to it. So once again, we have to do what is ours to do in the way that we know how to do it. And we know more than we think we do. A lot of times we don't know what's in us until we go through an experience. We think, I could never do that, I'm not strong enough, I don't know enough. But then when you get into the experience, you find out that, you got some depth to you. You got more experience in you than you realize. Now, some of it we get from looking at what other people go through. Some of it we think we get from the media, but that's a whole nother discussion. But there's in you that indwelling God. All the wisdom and understanding of God is right there where you are. So you are not just drawing on your experience. You're drawing on God's stuff. And all we have to do is get out of the way and let God be God in our life. And remember, even in the Lord's Prayer, it says, give us this day our daily bread. It's not talking about tomorrow. It's not even talking about this afternoon. It's talking about right now, because now is all you have. The only time you can love, only time you can live is now. The next now will take care of itself, and God will be there in and as you. But if you focus on doing your very best, your highest and best possibility, all the wisdom that you know right now, that's the plane where you are dwelling. And that's how more of God can express through you. If I'm worrying about, tomorrow I'll be holy and I'll take care of things, but today I have an attitude and I don't care. Well, I'm way down in that mess, and I'm carrying that with me into the next now. If I'm going to take a higher point of view, now is the only time I can do it. If I'm going to take the ability to respond, the responsibility for my life, I have to do it at each moment. I can't wait because that doesn't exist. Now is when you live. Now is when you love. Now is when you give. That's what's real. And you have it within you at all times, no matter what you're going through. Sometimes it might seem to be difficult. But remember, your soul is conspiring to make your life a holy expression. Your soul is not concerned with your ease. It's concerned with you being who you really are, and you are a unique expression of God. It's got nothing to do with, gee, I sure wish I had won that Powerball. Well, you didn't. That's the past. Don't worry about that. And if that's for you, nobody can take your good from you. What you're supposed to have is yours. And you may be fishing and decide, I'm going to go buy a Powerball. And if it's for you, you'll win. Or you can take all your energy on trying to do this mathematical formula, and if I do this, and oh, I got my rabbit's foot. If it's not yours, it's not yours. You know? And these things, I mean, rabbits feed, horseshoes. And if you turn it down, oh, it's bad luck. God doesn't deal with that. God isn't luck. God is law. God is all good. Now, symbols are comforting to us, you know. Some of us feel that, okay, well, this is a symbol, and if I have this, I'm safe. Oh, where's my lucky what's in it? I can't find it. Oh, I'm in trouble. It's just a symbol. Who and what you are is. You are a lucky symbol. Because if we take as luck as being love, understanding, creative knowledge, that's in you all the time. You don't have to do something for that. You don't have to go somewhere for that. That's who you are. That creativity and knowledge is in you. What we have to do is open to it. Now, a lot of times when we try to meditate, all these thoughts start coming in, you know, gee, maybe I should pray for this, or so-and-so's got a sickness and I got to work on that. No, you don't. Focus on God. Focus on everything you know about our Creator, our source. Don't look at the issue, these things, these situations. That's not real. That's a temporary situation. It's not going to stay. It's just something that came to pass. It didn't come to stay. It came to pass, so let it pass. Focus on what's real. What's real is that you are holy now. Your life is holy now. Your energy is here for a reason. And that's to be more of what God is. You're not here to worry. You're not here to achieve. You're not here to get. You're here to be. By being just like the sun, you radiate. And all that good stuff that's within you comes out. And the light that you shed, just like the light, maybe the sun may be facing us and we say all of that, the backside of the sun's radiating too. All directions, up, down, through, all of that. And the same is true of you. When you radiate your light, when you let your love, your good just beam, those unseen things, things that take care of themselves in the future, that energy goes to that. Just like if you're beaming negativity, that prevails. So let's choose to live from the highest and best. And if you don't know how, your willingness, your desire to be that will open that for you. A lot of times when we ask for guidance and we listen and we're not sure if we hear anything, do what is yours to do now. If the only thing you know how to do is say good morning with a smile and mean it, if you get that opportunity, do that. And keep on doing it, because as you be the good that you are, what is yours will come to you. God only wants good for you. And as we open to it, that's how it comes. If we're not open, it could be surrounding us. And just, we don't see it. We can't be it. So let yourself be what's in your heart. what's in your heart is all good. The bottom of your being, the real you, is God. Honor that in everything you see, everywhere you go. Look beyond the symbols and the outer and go to what's real, which is God. And the God in you will resonate with the God in that and make the beautiful music that is our world. Namaste.
Namaste.